with all this talk of border security and all this talk of identity theft and all of this, and I've had my identity stolen twice through the IRS in the last 4 years. I can tell you, every time I get to hear about some sort of cyber security or identity theft prevention, I get excited. And I will tell you, we got an email, as we do oftentimes when we get to talk to CEOs. We got an email from one of you that said, hey, check out this company called IntelliCheck. So they sent us a website, IntelliCheck.com. Turns out they're publicly traded under the stock symbol IDN. And we had Greg Todoroff, one of our producers, reach out to talk to try to get Bryan Lewis, the CEO, on the line. And lo and behold, look who we have, just like that. I ask, I receive, and it's right there. Bryan, how are you, sir? Great to talk to you.
Hey, I'm fine. Great. Thanks for having me.
Mr. Lewis. Hey, listen. So you're in the financial services business. You're in the technology, the financial technology sector. Boy, has there ever been a time that we got to be more? And I don't want to ring the alarm bells, but let's face it, man. It is a scary time for as much as our technology is serving us. Yeah, it's also making us very vulnerable. Is it not?
Yeah, when you think about it, in 2017, there were over 1,200 breaches of data that exposed over 450 million individual records. Now, that makes it so easy for somebody to steal your identity. The cost of the information keeps going down. Social security numbers, which used to be one of the most valuable things, are now selling for $1. So with that,
wait a second, you mean on the black market, like they're trading for? Yeah. Like, no kidding.
That should be one of the easiest one to say. Hey, someone's got.
Yeah, I mean,
your social.
Here's the other thing I have to ask you too. Is that you bring up Social Security number? When I had my identity stolen through the IRS, again, not once but twice, they've given me a new sort of PIN number.
Ooh.
Now, is that? Am I any safer, Bryan? I mean, it seems like they just gave me something to replace the Social Security number.
Should we also do his thumbprints?
Yeah,
have those
exactly.
altered?
Should there be a sort of a biofeedback thing?
Yeah, and what I understand is, depending on the state that you're in, they mail that to you. So
yes, it's in the.
You can't go and change it. It really provides no value. Two-factor authentication. There's too many ways to spoof it. Your phone is easily taken. Yeah. Take over a fraud. They get your phone. With that, they can then change all your PIN numbers. That's why what we suggest and what our clients find is the number one way to prove who you are is the government issued ID that we all carry with us,
sure.
A state or a driver's license or a military ID.
Exactly.
It's real. And if it is, you're who you say you are. And if it's not, you're dealing with somebody who's up to no good.
So talk about what IntelliCheck does, because it directly goes to that sort of thought process, does it not?
Yeah, the number one thing, what we do is we authenticate that the barcode on the back of a driver's license meets the jurisdiction standard for the date that it was issued with 100% certainty. And there's over 250 different valid forms of those state and government IDs. If you look at all the formats that were issued over the years that are still good. And the problem is that many people confuse scanning with authentication.
Okay, so what's the difference? That's because I'm looking at the back of my driver's license here, and I'm thinking, and you can, hopefully you can see me here.
Don't hold it up to the camera because now you're not. Go for three, Bob.
No, three. So I got a barcode at the top here, right?
Yeah.
And then I got a little squiggly thing here. Which one are we talking about? Which does what?
The large one on the bottom.
So this one on the bottom.
That's the one where the states encode all the data. And the way to do a barcode, you can go download for free on the internet how to do it. You can also download for free a scanner. And what a lot of people confuse is the fact that I can encode that license so that if you scan it, it's going to say all the details that are on the front. So it's going to say that it is, what people think is a valid license. Yeah. But because each state is unique and there's certain security features in it and spacing and all sorts of things that we know from doing this over the years for the military, for secure government facilities, and now moving into the financial services industry, we know all those unique formats and we can tell you within seconds if it's real or not. And these fake IDs, if you go to the websites, and I'm not going to put it out there because I don't want to give them any business, but there are multiple websites. All you do is you send them a picture with name, whatever you want to be on it. So all the information.
No kidding. And they'll make a driver's license for you, really?
Oh yeah, and they come out with them as soon as the new, as soon as new plastic is out. When a Carolinas issued a new format last year, within a month they were advertising that they had the new format, and they cost $100 to $200. And it's pretty cheap way to get into business if you're a fraudster, because you then take that, one of the most common forms of identity theft is I go to a department store, and I buy a lot of merchandise, buy some jewelry.
Sure.
And the first thing the clerk is trained to do is say to you, would you like to open up a charge account? And I open up the account right then and there. I bought your social security number. I have your address. I know that. And now I have a driver's license with your name and information on it, my picture. I walk out of the store with a bunch of stolen goods, and the next month you've got a problem that's going to take you, studies say about 6 months and 300 hours to clear your name from that identity.
Brian, I feel so much worse after I spoke to you.
Thanks for coming on the show. I'll be over here, Big Bridge.
Hey, stay there. I'm going to keep you over. Bryan Lewis is the CEO of a company called IntelliCheck. We're going to talk about exactly what their service does, but it sort of solves. It doesn't sort of solve. It absolutely solves what the issue, the pain point he's talking about, and is really a bit of an enterprise-wide solution for that stuff.
This should speed up the lines at the border. Could it?
You could possibly.
That's what I'm thinking.
When it comes to identity theft and identity fraud, according to Bryan, we're just scratching the surface, and that is a scary thing. We're going to talk a little more about that. By the way, go to their website, IntelliCheck.com. IntelliCheck.com. Also put it up on our website.
And I had my identity stolen.
Really?
And they gave it back.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Right back. We don't want this one.
Bryan Lewis. By the way, they're publicly traded stock symbol IDM. More of them in Big Biz Show coming up. Stand by.